If we're rehearsing, let's do it. I think here we're just going to be able to swing around like this, huh?
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Which is nice.
No chroma key or anything.
No.
What are we rehearsing first?
I have no idea. Just hi, how are you? Okay, all right, fine. Let's just... Yeah, well, he already saw it anyway. He was up here when it was rolling.
I accidentally.
There they are, the Fighting San Diego Chargers.
I love it how they list Arthur Cox doubtful all week long, and then... Well, I thought you guys, big network people, had makeup guys.
Don't touch me. I'm wearing my makeup. And don't kiss me. Don't touch me and don't kiss me. Okay, and we... All right, should we see what this two-shot looks like anyway, just so we can...
Who's the former player? Could you get a good shot of the patch?
It's the only time it'll ever work.
A lot of begging for me to get that patch, you know. I begged 3 or 4 years to get this job.
How come you played football, got beat up, and you're so much better looking than me? That's what I want to know. Oh, thank you.
That's right.
That's
the teeth.
Right.
The teeth are new. Boy, it gets warm under the lights.
Going to get warm in about 5 minutes. All right. You want it now? So we welcome to our NBC broadcast family our newest member, Jim Vlasic. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. I've admired your work for years and years. You're really the top flight professional in the field, just like you wrote it, right?
Absolutely right. You have to read it just as I wrote it. What are your thoughts now on this ball game, Chargers and Cowboys?
They're both lucky to be playing each other this week, don't you think?
I agree.
A perfect opportunity for each team to go out there and try to get a win. The Chargers have the great defense, a young quarterback.
Fine.
Okay. Cowboys, who knows?
That's great. That will be the board, which we have behind us.
Are we already going to the board?
This is just, he just...
Yeah, I sure have.
Okay.
This is, of course, subject to change.
Here we sparing no expense. We brought our own NBC chalkboard to the facility.
Oh no, we need to really, let's make it official.
Yeah, right, chalkboard on it.
NBC chalk. What's not chalk? Ah, don't do that.
What are you doing? Chalk is NBC.
Yeah, but it's not really a chalkboard.
Just put NBC board. That's right. Leave it with the blue smudge. It's funnier. Make it look real cheesy. It's our NBC.
Yeah, whatever kind of board it is.
We brought with us our NBC board to diagram plays.
Where's the peacock? There you go. There's the peacock.
We brought with us our all new NBC board.
I'm busy coloring in the peacock as Fred's going to describe this play.
All right, now, Jim, we've got our NBC board here, our own individual telestrator. What are we looking at?
The problem is I'm right-handed. I have to hold it.
That would be so funny. You should do that. The problem is I'm right-handed.
That's one big problem, and the other thing I can hardly tell upside down.
Here, give me this.
Okay.
Hold it up like that. Just kind of go.
Okay. This is the favorite play of the San Diego Chargers.
I got it like that. I got it.
I can't see though.
Well,
this is the favorite play of the Chargers right here. They're going to block everybody down, and right here there's going to be a big pile up, and they're going to try to pick off this Sam linebacker in the end at the same time. And these two guys pull, right? They give the ball to Marion Butts, and he just slams up in here. Does it look familiar? It's the play the Redskins ran to the Super Bowl glory a few years back against Denver, and hi, Mom. You should do that. That would be great.
I'd like to add something. Hi to everybody watching. Hi.
That's right.
Okay, and then the next one is going to be the helmet. I'm not going to... Yeah, give me the helmet. We'll come out, and I'll have the helmet on.
I have the yarmulke.
So I'll need a stick mic for this one, and we'll put this on top of the helmet. I don't want to do it now because it'll get everything messed up, but I will wear the helmet. And then for the final one, if we're still on the air, we'll worry about it later.
How about the Lastrator?
The Lastrator, we'll call it. We brought the Lastrator out.
That's right. My kid's really upset. It was hers.
That's right, the Lastrator. Give me the open. I'm taking off my coat. So we're going to do the open, right, or we're going to do the close? What are we going to do? All right, hi. You ready to do it? Okay, and I want to see the open too, just so I know what we're doing. At the twine. I got him in front of me. Right next Sunday, and here's some of the things they talked about today. Mike Ditka says he may retire. This thing on Al Davis, I'm going to comment on that, Jeff, because every 2 minutes a guy is saying that he's going to make a decision. The Dallas Cowboy Tabernacle Choir. All right, let's keep an eye on who's kicking and who's receiving, because I don't know if we're going to get to rehearse the open. Since 1982, their last date with postseason, mediocrity has plagued the San Diego Chargers and all who have hoped for change. How their fans would love a return to the glory days of Fouts, Winslow, and Joyner. Instead, they'll need to rely on a 90s version of success, the football genius of new general manager Bobby Beathard, and a defense which quietly ranked 6th best in the NFL last season. For the Dallas Cowboys, a local hero exited last season, and a pair of old-time college teammates took over the reins. The results, 1-15. How Dallas fans long for the days when the Cowboys were America's team. This will be the man to try and lead them back. Strong-arm Troy Aikman. For two teams today, success can't arrive quickly enough.
NBC Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the San Diego Chargers versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome to hot and humid Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. The Cowboys and Chargers getting ready to kick off the 1990 season. Fred Rogan along with Jim Laslovic, and by this time they'll be kicking the ball off and running we will be going. I would rather have weather if we have time, but if we have 10 seconds, I'll just say hot and humid, and here we go.
You got the temperature, it's 92 degrees.
Is it? I thought it was 84.
He just has announced it 92.
Humidity, 920%. Winds? No wind.
They're not measuring the humidity, they're slicing it.
Oh my God. What, honey? Wind, no factor. 30% chance of thunderstorms, and it did drizzle earlier today. Yeah.
So the wind will be a factor if the storms come.
What's he saying? It didn't drizzle? Somebody's going, it didn't drizzle. I felt rain. It must have been in my other life.
I didn't feel it, Fred.
It did drizzle when we were driving over here.
A spritz then.
Spritz. How much time till airtime? Where are we?
I got 1 minute off.
I'm off now too. 1 minute till air? Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. Since 1982, their last date with postseason, mediocrity has plagued the San Diego Chargers and all who have hoped for change. How their fans would love a return to the glory days of Fouts, Winslow, and Joyner. Instead, they'll need to rely on a 90s version of success, the football genius of new general manager Bobby Beathard, and a defense which quietly ranked 6th best in the NFL last season. For the Dallas Cowboys, a local hero exited last season, and a pair of old-time college teammates took over the reins. The results, 1-15. How Dallas fans long for the days when the Cowboys were America's team. This will be the man to try and lead them back. Strong-arm Troy Aikman. For two teams today, success can't arrive quickly enough.
NBC Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the San Diego Chargers versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome to hot and humid Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, the kind of day where you can peel your clothing off. 92 degrees at game time, 30% chance of thunderstorms, no wind, but folks, it is a very humid afternoon. Fred Rogan along with Jim Laslovic as we get set to kick off the 1990 season. The Chargers will boot the ball away. Fuad Reveiz, MIA last season, returning to the NFL after a year off to kick for San Diego. And deep for the Dallas Cowboys, James Dixon and Alexander Wright. It's Dixon a yard deep in the end zone. Out over the 15-yard line before he is stopped by Lester Lyles. The Dallas Cowboys take over, 1st and 10, and leading them onto the field, the second-year quarterback out of UCLA, number 8, Troy Aikman. When you look at the Cowboy offensive line, please keep in mind that they have a number of players that have never started a single position there, and they are very, very uncertain. Stepnoski is the center. Now checking the backfield, Agee and Smith with Troy Aikman, Kelvin Martin back off the injured list, Dennis McKinnon, the plan B wide receiver, and the tight end is newly acquired Jay Novacek. When they make a move and go to more passing plays, Rod Harris will come in. On 1st and 10, the give is to number 34, Tommy Agee, who banged up the middle. He's stopped by Leslie O'Neal. Let's check a very, very tough Charger defense. Up front, Williams, Phillips, and Grossman. Good set of linebackers. Billy Ray Smith, anchored by Plummer, Figaro, and O'Neal. A tough group to throw on as well, anchored by Gil Bird, Sam Seal, Vince Glenn, and Martin Bayless.
That is definitely the strength of the Chargers, that defense, especially the front 7.
2nd and 7, just underway from Texas Stadium. Agee in motion. And Aikman to put it up the quick slant and underthrows. He wanted McKinnon, but threw the ball away.
Yeah, bounce pass is not in their repertoire.
Now, when the Chargers move to their pass defense, they're going to take Phillips, Plummer, and Figaro out of the ball game and replace them with George Hinkle, Donald Frank, the rookie, and Lester Lyles. That's when they go to the nickel.
Another guy they like is Henry Rolling, a linebacker who's impressed them all preseason long, and there's a chance that Rolling will be there in passing situations too.
3rd and 7 for the Cowboys. They're moving from their 19-yard line. James Dixon in the ball game now. 3 wide receivers for the Cowboys. In a little bit of trouble, dumps off the screen to Agee. Picks up a block, has a 1st down. And is dropped at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, in any screenplay, you like to give it away and make these defensive linemen of the Chargers think, hey, I got something going here. It fools them and it fools the secondary. In this case, Lester Lyles had the coverage and he lost his man momentarily. See, Lester Lyles is to the left there. Maybe the official got in his way. That's his man, man-to-man. There's no excuse. You got to be right up in his face. That's a bad play by Lyles.
16-yard pickup. Cowboys moving 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Play action for Aikman on 1st and 10. Steps up, has his man, the tight end, Jay Novacek. Novacek to midfield and into San Diego Charger territory before Martin Bayless runs him out of bounds.
Great confidence builder for the quarterback, Jay Novacek, one of the Plan B guys who came over from Phoenix. Now, coincidentally, later in the preseason, they drafted for his backup over there, Rob Awalt. So the two of them, you'll probably see a lot of them today.
18-yard pickup on the play, and the Cowboys are rebuilding their staff. Jimmy Johnson told us yesterday when we spoke with him, they have got to reconstruct their entire offense.
Yeah, and they have a lot of respect for this Charger defense.
So the Cowboys on the move. Another first down from the 47. Here's the pitch back to A.G. around the right side. Pickup of a few yards on the play.
Yeah, and around the right side, the Chargers' defensive left was, well, there's Gil Byrd. He's one of the most solid cornerbacks in the league today. But a young rookie, well, Junior Seau playing in there, one of his first plays, number 55. Watch, he's a little bit out of position right there as Timmy Smith didn't even have to block him. But Junior told me in the lobby before the game, he said, if I make a mistake, it'll be at 100%. He doesn't really know the system yet. He's only been in camp a little over 2 weeks, and a real question as to how much he's picked up in that time.
A.G. hobbled out with an injury. Darrell Johnston into the ball game to replace him. Johnston is wearing number 48. On second down, he wants to slant. He's got Kelvin Martin, and Martin is down to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys moving, 1st and 10.
What, does Aikman look strong or what? Kelvin Martin coming back from the knee surgery last year. He's been one of the most pleasant surprises this summer for the Cowboys. You can see he's not a real big guy, but Martin is the kind of guy who's so quick, has the speed. Aikman, of course, has to assert himself in this offense this year. He had some terrific games last year, and the way he's starting with a pass like this, crisp, on the money, Martin doesn't have to break stride, and receivers, when they're going over the middle, appreciate that.
Led the Cowboys in preseason catches, a 19-yard pickup there, and the Cowboys are moving 1st and 10. The ball on the 25-yard line. That's Johnston shifting in the backfield, and here's the pitch back to Timmy Smith. Smith breaks a tackle, but no more. Forcing the play very nicely was Bert Grossman, giving Junior Seau and Billy Ray Smith a chance to close.
Terrific play by Grossman, the second-year player out of the University of Pittsburgh. Last year in his rookie season, he had 10 sacks. He can pressure the quarterback, but he can do stuff like that, too. Great, quick feet by Grossman on that play, and that makes it possible. You string the play out, give the pursuit a chance to get over there, and Junior Seau getting one of his first tackles in the league. There'll be plenty more.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13, clock running, 10:45 to play in the first quarter. We're just underway at Texas Stadium. Aikman with time, long ball, touchdown! Been a long time coming, 28 yards. Troy Aikman to Dennis McKinnon. The Cowboys are on the board. The rookie Ken Willis to attempt the extra point. The Cowboys took the opening kick, moved the length of the field, and have jumped out to a 7-0 lead over the San Diego Chargers. We'll return to Texas Stadium.
Aikman stats in the drive.
Good.
4 for 5, 81 yards.
You guys are doing outstanding. I really appreciate it.
You guys are great. Oh, gosh.
Got it?
Yeah? I didn't get it. With the headsets. Tommy A.G., what?
All right. You know what? I feel good.
Let's have fun.
I can't believe they moved down the field. That makes us feel, you know what? When you get one like that right at the beginning.
It's good. Be called.
I got it, babe. I got it. Yeah. Keep it up. Boy, this is humming.
This is fun.
I can't believe he hit him over the middle.
Yeah. Who's more surprised, the Chargers or the Cowboys?
That's the line.
Yeah.
Got it. a great moment from the annals of NFL history. Number 54 in white, tipping the ball, hauling in the interception against the New York Giants. He's ecstatic. Why? Because he never was able to hold on to a tip ball before. That man, our legendary new partner, joining our NBC family, Jim Vlasic. Welcome to the family, Jimmy.
Thank you very much. I was happy to have a job. That's why I was so happy right there. Fred, you're the consummate professional. It's a real pleasure to start my career with a guy with your skills. Just the way you wrote it.
And you forgot quality human being.
Oh, that too.
Quality human being. All right, who's more surprised out here as we start this ball game? The Cowboys because they scored, or the Chargers because they let them score?
I think the Cowboys are a little bit surprised it was that easy because, as I said earlier, the strength of this team for the Chargers is that defense.
Here is Nate Lewis on the return for the Chargers to the 35-yard line, over the 35. Let's take a look back at the touchdown.
Well, again, Aikman, he gets next to no pressure right here, and the pass is perfectly thrown. There are two defenders in decent position, got the ball over Vence Glenn, and Glenn knocked off Gilbert. Glenn in better position to make the play, but the ball was so perfectly thrown that McKinnon was able to haul it in. Is that a terrific highlight? You think that'll show up down the road somewhere?
I have a feeling. Now the Chargers will go to work on offense. 1st and 10, led by quarterback Mark Vlasic. Starting from the 38. And here is the give to the big fullback, Marion Butts. Let's set the offensive line for the San Diego Chargers, and very much like the Dallas Cowboy offensive line, it is an inexperienced group and a group that has some inconsistencies and some problems. Frank Cornish is the anchor at center. In the backfield, Mark Vlasic, he has missed 22 months with a knee injury, won the starting job in camp. Caravello and Butts, the running backs. Miller, Early, and Cox, the men that will handle the ball as receivers. Keep your eye on 83 Anthony Miller, and when the Chargers go to throw the ball deep, Harmon, McEwen, and the rookie Walter Wilson come in. Picked up on the yard at 2nd and 9. Vlasic the quick out to that man Anthony Miller, and Miller is run out of bounds shy of midfield. Robert Williams defensively for the Cowboys, and let's set that Cowboy front four. Daniel Stubbs, Dean Hamill, Danny Newman, and the veteran there is Jim Jeffcoat. Your linebackers, Del Rio, Lockhart, the veteran of that group, Ken Norton, and deep it's Isaac Holt, Robert Williams, James Washington starting in place of Ray Horton, who has a stomach virus, and Vince Albritton. And when they go to their deep defensive lineup, the Cowboys bring in Manny Hendricks and Ron Francis. Chargers picked up enough yardage for a first down. They are moving 1st and 10 now from their own 49-yard line, and they have 3 wide receivers in the ball game. Vlasic rolling to his right. Couldn't connect with Anthony Miller.
What we saw in the first few plays is what we'll probably see a lot of out of the Chargers. Get the ball to Marion Butts, hope that he picks up a bunch of yards, then throw to Anthony Miller anytime coverage allows. Miller last year caught balls for over 1,200 yards. He is becoming a superstar wide receiver.
When we spoke with the Cowboy defensive coaches yesterday, they mentioned to us that they expected the Chargers, when they ran the ball, to run to the right a great deal.
And Dan Henning has that tendency. Wherever he's been, his teams are more right-handed, and that's a tendency around the league.
2nd and 10. Bernstein in motion. Play action to Butts. He just dumped it off. Good defensive play. They smelled out that screen. Coming through to make a big hit is Ken Norton. The outside linebacker, and Jim Jeffcoat helped him out.
Dave Wanstatt, the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, said that there are certain formations, certain plays they might be able to sniff out. This is a case right here. The great pressure by Jeffcoat right there, a guy who had 11 sacks for the Cowboys last year. Look at the pressures. He breaks in much quicker than they had anticipated. And then Ken Norton has really come into his own this year. The linebacker out of your way, UCLA.
Absolutely. It's 3rd and 16. Mark Vlasic, coming back from serious knee surgery in his first start this year of his career, is back. He wants Miller. Good reception, and Miller has a first down after breaking the tackle. Robert Williams tried to wrap him up, but Miller was able to turn it upfield and pick up first down yardage.
Yeah, Miller has that great speed that you have to respect, but he's so strong. He has the great upper body strength, and you see it in track stars nowadays. They work out so much on that upper body as well as their legs, and Anthony Miller is a former track star, but he also has the great hands. That's what impressed Charlie Joyner when he scouted him a couple of years ago. Hey, he thought, this guy's not only fast, he can make some great catches, and he can bounce off tacklers.
22-yard pickup for Anthony Miller and the Chargers. They're moving 1st and 10 from the 36. 8:03 to play in the first quarter. San Diego trailing 7-0. Marion Butts with a blocker in front of him. Dropped on the play by Daniel Stubbs. Stubbs acquired from the San Francisco 49ers in a trade. Back in Super Bowl 24, you'll remember he recorded 2 sacks and returned a fumble recovery down to the 1-yard line. Another man that they are rebuilding their defensive unit with.
That's right. He's not your prototypical left defensive end either. He's 6'4", 260 pounds, so there are bigger guys who play left end in the NFL. He was primarily a pass rush specialist with the 49ers. He's being asked to do something different here, and that is help shut down the run.
2nd and 7. It's Butts again. Pretty well on the right side. Leading the charge, Eugene Lockhart, the veteran, and he had some help from Jack Del Rio on the play.
Yeah, Lockhart is the heart and soul of this defense. Last year, incredibly, he was involved in 222 tackles. I mean, that's almost unheard of. That, of course, a new record. 154 solos, and he assisted on 68 others. That time, as you can see, he got plenty of help from a lot of the other Cowboys. He's only the 4th player ever to play middle linebacker for the Cowboys. Jerry Tubbs, Leroy Jordan, and Bob Brunig, the other 3.
Some pretty good ones. Lockhart an All-Pro last year as well. Vlasic facing another 3rd down situation. 3rd and 6. Walter Wilson in motion. To Ronnie Harmon out of the backfield. A nice move on Williams. And Harmon is, with 2nd effort, close to the 15-yard line, and another 1st down. And Jim, once again, little stutter step on Robert Williams, and it cost the Cowboys yardage.
Yeah, it did, and Harmon was much too much open on the play. But watch the pass come right at us here. As you can see, Harmon coming out of the backfield, and the ball thrown nicely by Vlasic. And he puts the great move on Robert Williams right there. That's what you practice at. And the Cowboys, probably more than any other team, practice full-speed tackling. And that's one of the complaints of some of the new guys who come over here. Hey, you hit too much. Maybe not enough for Robert Williams.
16-yard pickup. Ronnie Harmon, a Plan B acquisition during the offseason from Buffalo. And on 1st and 10, inside handoff to Marion Butts. Near the 10-yard line, Ken Norton on the hit.
You know, Butts is a great story for the Chargers. A find. This is a pre-Bobby Beathard find. A middle-round draft choice out of Florida State. As a senior, carried the ball only 29 times. He was blocking for a guy named Sammy Smith down there. A special teams guy, a captain of the special teams. That's why they liked him. He came in here last year and ran the ball. As the season went on, he just got better and better.
9 rushing touchdowns last season for Marion Butts. 2nd and 4. Butts, not this time, the Tasmanian Devil. Dean Hamill wrapped him up around the ankles.
You know, Hamill has come through for the Cowboys. There's a guy they picked up last year in a trade with the Washington Redskins. Almost unheard of to trade with a team within your division, and it hasn't happened much before with the Cowboys and the Redskins. That's just a great play by the defensive tackle. He is a Bobby Beathard find. He's coming back to haunt Beathard, because when Beathard was with the Redskins, he made Hamill a 12th round draft pick out of Tulsa, and the Tasmanian Devil with the play right there. That feels good for a player. The season has officially started for him. He's made a big hit.
Chargers are trying to hit on 3rd and 7 from the 14. Clock running, 4:39 to play in the quarter. Man, and the Chargers have a touchdown. Craig McEwen diving across the goal line.
Craig McEwen, the most blue-collar of blue-collar players maybe in the NFL. The guy doesn't have a lot of speed. He's not real big. And what's he do? He makes 2 guys miss right there.
Was it Robert Williams on that coverage again?
May have been. Incredible.
McEwen, who is used basically as a blocker in running situations, came out of the backfield, and you know he's a happy man.
He's happy to be here. Then he scores a touchdown.
Fuad Reveiz to attempt the extra point. The Cowboys took the kick, moved the length of the field to score. The Chargers took the kick, moved the length of the field to score. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the first quarter, and we're even at Texas Stadium.
Thank you.
What are we waiting for?
I've always dreamt of the Hula Bowl.
We're leaving. We're leaving and going to another game.
Okay, the other thing to keep in mind, the Chargers have big blocks of ice on the sidelines in front of their fans.
Let's get that.
Sid Brooks lined it up. The Cowboys don't have that benefit.
Williams missed the hit.
I missed your lead in. I'm sorry.
No. You know what? That's a hell of a catch. Thank you. You're right on that. It was him again.
Yeah,
That's 3 times. Again. 3 times they've gone at him.
Okay.
Outstanding, thank you.
Oh my. No. And you know what happens when the first guy misses? Who's coming over? James Washington, who's 38?
Francis. Ron Francis.
Yeah, Ron Francis. He's coming over anticipating that the first guy's not going to miss, so his angle is completely off. He tries to put on the brakes and he falls.
And there
it's really unfair to him that the first guy missed the tackle. What is the background for Williams?
Free agent, 87, out of Baylor.
4th year.
He started more games than, okay, well.
Buda.
Vlasic, 5 of 6, 53 yards. Here, give me the, where's I got Aikman here. Here, put that here.
Side to side.
Okay. First time in 14 years the Cowboys have not sold out for a season opener. About 42,000 on hand at Texas Stadium as Reveiz gets ready to kick it away. Reveiz kicked for the Miami Dolphins. Last year didn't hook on with the club. Came back and hooked on with the Chargers this season. And it's James Dixon 2 yards deep in the end zone. He stumbles and falls. And the Cowboys will start from inside their own 15-yard line. Let's look back at the touchdown.
Yeah, Craig McEwen calls himself Mr. Generic. Mr. Generic was very, very excited after making the touchdown catch.
And there's a flag on the play on the field. We'll keep an eye on that for you. It was Troy Aikman marches out for the Cowboys. Our referee is Jim Tunney. Illegal use of hands on the Cowboys.
Holding 57 during the kick. Half the distance to the goal line. First down.
First flag of the game. Here's that touchdown.
Yeah, McEwen, you see him in motion coming out of the backfield. He's in the flat again. Vlasic with the pass where it has to be, which is, you know, something you got to do. And again, Robert Williams with the missed tackle. So Ron Francis was completely out of position, anticipating that his teammate would slow down the ball carrier, but he didn't. And then McEwen with that enthusiasm, diving his way into the end zone. There's one happy Charger.
Cowboys 1st and 10, starting way in the hole in their own 6. That's Johnston in motion, and the give goes to Timmy Smith. Hello and welcome to the regular season. Boom. He was drilled. Now here are some finals and some games that are wrapping up from early. The Bears shutting out Seattle. Green Bay beating up on an injury-plagued Ram club. And Kansas City off strongly. A field goal beating the Minnesota Vikings. What about that run and shoot? It was a pop gun today. Tampa Bay beat Detroit. Washington, no problems. Joe Bugle having trouble against his former club. And in the first quarter, Pittsburgh and Cleveland are scoreless. 2nd and 7. Aikman going long for McKinnon. Gil Bird running with him step for step. And there is a marker on the play. The veteran Gil Bird had him all the way down the field.
Gil Bird is hoping to do something good today. He was telling us yesterday that his son, Gil II, is 6 years old today. So happy birthday to Gil II.
Now he told us what he wants to give his son is an interception for his birthday.
Really used to the hands, number 44. Defense, 5 yards and first down. First down.
I think what his son would probably rather have is an extra quarter tacked onto his allowance rather than the interception. All right, games in progress now. Denver and the Raiders at the Coliseum in Los Angeles just underway. Atlanta jumping out ahead of Houston. Jerry Glanville against his old club. Jets in Cincinnati. Bruce Coslett coaching the Jets now. No score there. Buffalo leading and Miami leading New England. All right, the Cowboys pick up a first down, so it's 1st and 10 from the 14. Smith again, nothing doing. Now let me mention that Johnston is in the ball game. Tommy Agee, who you saw hobble off earlier, has a sprained left knee. He'll be taped, and then it will be determined if he is going to return. You're looking at number 50, Gary Plummer, one of the hardest hitters in the league.
And on a lot of tackles for the Chargers, number 55, Junior Seau, their first-round draft pick, who was a holdout for most of the camp. That's a lot of talent down there in the field for the Charger defense.
Well, the Chargers basically, after being an offensive club for so many years, took all their draft picks and reconstructed their entire defense.
Good point.
2nd and 10, 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 at Texas Stadium. Time for Aikman, and that pass is picked off. No, they say it hit the turf. Vency Glenn did a fine job. It looked like, from our angle, that he'd hold it in. We'll take another look, and it apparently bounced.
And the thing to look at here is that the amount of time Aikman has to throw. When the Chargers go to that straight four-man rush, they're not putting enough pressure on the quarterback. Vency Glenn right there, one of the solid performers in that secondary. And Aikman, again, with plenty of time, probably wasn't the best place to throw the ball. I guess he was just feeling he was running out of time, and of course the ball did hit the ground. Well, Vency Glenn not making the catch.
That was a tough angle.
He didn't protest that. Didn't protest a bit.
Maybe he should have. 3rd and 10. Aikman working out of the shotgun. First time this afternoon. He wants the tight end Novacek. Novacek had to go down and pick up the ball, but now gets first down yardage. Now that is just good effort by Jay Novacek, who had to reach down to haul the pass in, kept his balance, and picked up the first down.
Something he's done for years and years. Aikman is really running the show here so well, and that's what they're looking for. The Cowboys want him to be more assertive. Here it is again. Grossman with the great pressure of the ball coming right at us, and Novacek getting down there. That's so hard for a receiver to do. And again, it threw the tacklers off. He took a big shot there at the end from Martin Bayless, but held on to the ball.
11-yard pickup. 1st and 10 Dallas. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Cowboys on their own 25. Second-year man out of UCLA, Troy Aikman, running the Cowboy offense. It's Smith. Nothing going there. Bert Grossman wrapping him up and dropping him, along with Junior Seau. And Big Lee Williams on the hit.
Now, one thing this Charger defense does so well is pursue. They're often strong at the point of attack, but watch the backside here. Leslie O'Neal, number 91. He is almost in on that play. Along with, there comes Lee. Incredible amount of pursuit. Billy Ray Smith at the point of attack, number 54, Sammy Seal holding their own. That makes that possible. What they have to look out for is Troy Aikman on a keeper. On a bootleg, a blind bootleg, and there's Jimmy Johnson thinking, hey, we tried it in preseason against the Chargers and it worked, and we tried again here.
1:20 to play in the quarter. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Johnston. Daryl Johnston, an intelligent ball player. He's big, he's strong, he's tough. 2nd round pick in '89 out of Syracuse, and Junior Seau on the stop.
Junior's so happy to be out there. He had one of those nasty long contract things where he was asking for what he said at the beginning, something ridiculous, and the Chargers were offering something ridiculous in return.
Wait a minute, I've never heard a player say that they've asked for something ridiculous.
It was so refreshing to talk to Junior, and he's still that way. He has such great enthusiasm. He's a young kid, only played 2 years at SC. He sat out his freshman year, and you know, Junior's, he's happy to be here. He's playing in his hometown of San Diego for the Chargers.
35 seconds to play in the quarter. 3rd and 9 for the Cowboys. 3 wide receivers in the game. James Dixon has checked in. A lot of time for Aikman, and the pass is in and out of the hands of Dixon, incomplete. Would have had a first down.
That time, the Chargers put some pressure on Aikman. They're away from that basic four-man front. You can see Grossman again rushing from the outside. He's so quick, he's so fast, getting pushed out of the way there that time. But on the backside, Leslie O'Neal, and that's what those guys like to do. They like to pinch from the outside.
Mike Saxon makes his first appearance of the afternoon. He'll punt the ball away from his own 11-yard line. And back deep for the Chargers, Jerry Mays, 5'7", 176, a free agent out of Georgia Tech. An exciting young player. Good kick by Saxon. Drives Mays back to the 24-yard line. He's going right up the gut, and Mays carries it to the 42 before he is stopped. Hang time 4.67 seconds. A 50-yard punt, an 18-yard return. Will return to Texas Stadium right after this. You know, we're actually doing like a football game here.
It's like a football game.
We're actually doing it.
It's fun.
Fine. I mean, it seems real comfortable to us. How about you?
Yeah. Good idea.
And we can tell stories.
Okay.
I've got Jack Del Rio.
Del Rio's a great story.
Washington's in.
Jeff, new uniforms for the Cowboy cheerleaders, we've been advised. If that's of interest to you. It's the first time they've ever worn them.
Okay, well, you want to use that. Always searching out the big story.
Well, you know, we are the eyes of the audience.
Journalism is your life.
That's a good idea.
Okay. No. Journalism is your... It doesn't matter. They'll never let me work again anyway.
That's your middle name, isn't it? Journalism.
Fred Journalism Rogan.
And my middle name is Sports.
That's right. We're not going to take another break before the end of the quarter, are we? There's only 15 seconds left.
It's hot for them, too. We've got to point out the heat. Jeff, ice blocks.
Second quarter. All right, I got it. In our never-ending quest to give you the most up-to-the-minute information, we have just been informed that the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are wearing new uniforms this season.
Yes, gone are the boots. Fred, great job sniffing that out.
Well,
you are a journalist.
It's my life.
It's your middle name.
It's my life. Vlasic to Anthony Miller. And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Well, the Cowboys had one long drive for a touchdown. The Chargers moved back the other way for a touchdown. We've completed one quarter, and we're all even at Texas Stadium.
Oh.
When he said that, I just couldn't even, you know, I had to just...
Can a career end on one word?
Way to sniff that out. Okay.
Well, so much for this career.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get our chalkboard. Am I just getting fat, or are my clothes not fitting anymore? What is going on here? Jesus.
You're getting huge.
Shut up.
You're huge.
Shut up.
You're awesome. You're an inspiration to the rest of us.
I should be. We're ready. We're there. We're there. We're there.
Is there any glare?
I'll do it. I'll set it
That's
up.
spelled correctly? S-T-R-A-T-O-R?
No, it's better. It's better. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
I need the red anyway. My blue.
Let me hold this. The scene at Texas Stadium, 7-7 as we start the second quarter. We have brought the NBC Lastrator with us to diagram one of the plays.
One of our new innovations this year.
That's right.
As you can see the Lastrator. This is the favorite play for the Chargers. They like to run Marion Butts by pulling the backside guard and the backside tackle. Everybody here blocks down, and the pressure here is on the strong safety and the linebacker to stack it up. If he gets ahead of steam going that way, look out.
Okay, and I'll just go like this. 3 X's, and you win.
You cheated.
There you go. On 2nd and 2 from midfield, Bernstein, and there's a face mask in there.
Good call, Fred.
Grabbed a hold of his cage. That's going to cost him.
Question is, will it cost 5 or more yards?
I think it's going to be 5. It wasn't intentional. Of course, I'm not down there officiating. And to illustrate that point, the penalty is against the Chargers.
65, offense, 10 yards. It'll still be second down.
All right, let's take a look at it and see.
Yeah, holding penalty on David Richards, the right guard, and it's tough to pick him out right there. But he's blocking on, well, he's actually holding on Dean Hamill. You can see him right there in the freeze number 78. So there, Fred, go back to officiating school.
So Hamill was held and then grabbed Bernstein's face mask. He got away with one. 2nd and 12. Trying to set up the screen. Butts has the ball. Nice open field tackle. by the veteran on that defensive unit, 77, Jim Jeffcoat. When he broke in, he looked one way and he saw the likes of John Dutton. He saw Ed Too Tall Jones. He saw Randy White, and he said, I'm in Nirvana. I'm with a bunch of great players. Now he looks to the other side and he says, I'm the old pro working with the rookies.
First quarter stats, yards passing. The Cowboys have the edge. As Aikman came out, he was so sharp early, made such a big difference. The rushing yards are a surprise for the Chargers. Only 8, of course, the Cowboys with 7. Both these teams want to run the ball more effectively.
3rd and 12. Ball on the 40-yard line. Quinn early in motion. Deep drop for Vlasic. It's picked off. Isaac Holt intercepts for the Cowboys. The first big turnover of the game.
Isaac Holt, one of the guys who came over in the trade last year with the Minnesota Vikings that sent Herschel Walker up there. Vlasic trying the deep out pattern. That gives a cornerback a lot of time to recover, and he did, making the catch. Holt's a big guy for a cornerback. He's 6'2", weighs a little bit over 200 pounds. Sometimes it's hard for those guys to break quickly off the cut, but not Holt. He's a solid defender out there.
Making his first start with the Dallas Cowboys, Isaac Holt intercepts. And we should for a moment focus on Mark Vlasic here, because Vlasic could be in a situation, Dan Henning told us, if he does not move the ball club, Henning would not hesitate to make a change at quarterback.
He has made that clear from the very start that he thinks Billy Joe Tolliver, who is a Texan, and Vlasic are pretty much equal in talent, just that Mark had the much better preseason. That's why he decided to start him.
There you see Isaac Holt savoring the moment on the sideline, chatting with David Howard.
You know, and this thing, it's a battle when these guys are out there playing. And that, for a defensive player, is just one of the most satisfying things. First game of the regular season, have a chance to sit there. Have a lot of guys come over and visit. It's like almost, you know, it's a house call. Let's go over and see Isaac, man. Maybe it'll rub off. How was it, Isaac? How was it? Yeah, it felt great. And a lot of that goes on. You think back to high school. It's the same out here for these guys. They're trying to impress the coaches. You know, Dave Wanstead, the defensive coordinator, is so happy to see that happen. And Isaac, you know, there's a part of him saying, I knew I could do it. Darn it, Dave, I knew I could do it. Just give me that chance.
Deep down, they're all just boys playing sports, enjoying the game. They're here to enjoy themselves. Let's check up on what's coming up on NFL Live at halftime. Will McDonough, Bob Costas, and O.J. Simpson. And they will be along to update you on all highlights and scores, and keep you posted on what's been taking place from around the National Football League. That is coming up at halftime on NFL Live. And now checking scores from around the league at this point. Again, we have Chicago knocking off Seattle. Green Bay, that's a final now over the Rams. Kansas City, Marty Schottenheimer's Chiefs, figured to be a powerhouse, beat Minnesota. 1st and 10 from the 42. AG is back in the ball game. Cowboys trying to capitalize. He wants Kelvin Martin and threw it out of bounds. So the Cowboys going for the quick strike after the turnover. More scores now. Tampa Bay, Vinny Testaverde, a big afternoon for the Bucks, beating the Lions. No score in the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. Denver out on top of the Raiders in Los Angeles. Atlanta now leading Houston 14-0 in the first quarter. Wouldn't that be sweet for Jerry Glanville? Cincinnati and the Jets scoreless. New England leading Miami 7-6, and Buffalo, Indianapolis are tied at 3. Here we have 13:42 to play in the half. We're tied at 7. The Cowboys are moving from the 42. Fake the screen one way and then goes out to AG on the right side. He has a blocker. He's inside the 30-yard line for a Cowboy first down. Junior Seau on the hit.
Yeah, great effort by Seau to get over there and make the hit, but when you analyze this play, AG was open because of the great footwork and the faking ability of Troy Aikman at quarterback. Here's a play against a hard rushing team that can work. That pump fake threw Lee Williams off, then he turned around and looked back, and look at the good blocking he gets initially. Good job by Billy Ray Smith. He was held, and here's Seau, number 55. The guy is very quick, he's very fast, and it's obvious he wants to be very involved in making some tackles.
34, Tommy Agee, who was hobbled, then came back on the field, making the first start of his NFL career today. And on 1st and 10, it is play action for Aikman, and a lot of room around the right side. Aikman near another first down. That play action throws the linebackers.
You know, last year Aikman was the second leading rusher for the Cowboys. That's not the situation they want to have repeated this year. But in a situation like that, they'll take it. He has the sidelines, he can run out of bounds. And it also shows that, I think to his teammates, that he's willing to pick up the yards when he has to.
Last year he was more concerned with executing the offense. This year he's more concerned with leading this ball club.
I think last year he was more concerned with survival.
That's his numbers for today. Impressive considering we're just underway in the second quarter. 2nd and 4 from the 23. It's Agee. Can he get around the right side? He's got a first down. He's inside the 15. Agee playing like a man possessed. He led the running backs in rushing, catches, and receiving yardage in the preseason.
Yeah, but career in the NFL to this point, he's still limping. You know, he's still a little nicked up from early in the game. Career to this point, look at Agee. Look at the moves here. He gets some good blocking, some good holding up front. He avoids Leslie O'Neal and then makes a nice move here, but can't get away from Gilbert. Career to this point, coming into this game, he had 2 NFL carries for a total of 5 yards.
He's not coming out. You're going to have to drag him out of the ball game. From the 13, it's 1st and 10. The wide receivers to the near side of the field. Quick trap. It's Agee to the 10-yard line. Junior Seau on the hit once again. Tommy Agee, 6 feet, 218 pounds. In his 3rd year out of Auburn, he was a Plan B player from Kansas City.
3rd year in the league, and it's the 2nd time he's been a Plan B. And Bo knows Agee, because Agee blocked for Bo at Auburn. Bo Jackson.
Cowboys have a number of Plan Bs on their ball club. 7 made the team, 1 injured reserve. They have 1 on a 3-week suspension. 7 were cut. They signed 16, most in the NFL. Trying to rebuild here in Dallas after a disastrous 1-15 season. And here is Aikman trying to get them into the end zone, but the ball is thrown right to Billy Ray Smith.
There is a penalty flag, so we'll have to see what that concerns. But Billy Ray Smith was wide open. Why not throw to him? Oh, wrong team. Yeah, you know, it's funny. The guy, he was probably trying to throw it away, just didn't get it on it.
Offense, 68, a decline, touchback, interception in the end zone, first down.
So Billy Ray Smith comes up with a big play for the Charger defense.
Just a missed assignment?
Could be.
All right, we'll come back and talk more after this break. Boy, that was just a miss.
What's he doing?
Yeah, what was that? Close. Close. They were like in Houston. Close.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were the closest.
Huh.
No, he had time.
No, he had time.
Somebody
What's he
ran
doing
around
on the sidelines now? Is he talking upstairs? Is he on the phones, Aikman? That's really his first really bad pass of the day. So each quarterback has thrown an interception.
I see him. No, he's slitting his wrist right now. You just take it out of the break. Troy Aikman on the sideline wondering what in the world happened.
Yeah. They had the ball on what yard line?
13, within the 13?
And what was the down and distance?
On the interception?
Interception was
They were
down.
like on the 13-yard line or something, weren't they?
What was that? On what yard line? Here it is. 10 yards.
Yes, sir. Just do the replay, fine.
Who's Grossman beating? 2-A? Yeah. Welcome back. Here's the replay of that last interception. You see the pressure by Bert Grossman, but that should have had nothing to do with this pass being thrown as poorly as it was. Agee, you see down there, was the one receiver in the area, but that was it.
After the turnover, it's Rod Bernstein moving up the middle on 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
That's a huge play for the Charger defense, the interception, because the Cowboys had 2nd and 7 from the 10-yard line. So if you throw the ball away, you still get another crack for the first down. At the very least, you come away with a field goal.
And let's remember something Jimmy Johnson told us yesterday about his Cowboys. They have to be patient, especially in the first half. Don't force it. They can lose the game in the first half if they're not patient, but if they are patient, they can win it in the second half. And that is something he pointed out to us yesterday. Clock running, 10-10 to play here in the first half. 2nd and 4 from the 26. Vlasic completes the pass to McEwen. And he is near first down yardage. Isaac Holt defensively for the Cowboys.
So Vlasic feels better. He threw an interception the last drive. He comes out now, completes a pass on a bit of an out pattern. Similar type play to the one that was picked off. Not exactly, but the same type of a pass.
Let's talk about Vlasic for a moment. Had a very serious knee injury against the Rams, I believe, in November of '88. Took 22 months for him to rehabilitate that knee, and now he is back.
Yeah, terrific job last year of just not sitting around. When he was rehabbing, he was paying attention, he was learning, he was visualizing, spent a lot of time with Dan Henning and really learned the system.
Here's Vlasic, he wants Miller, and he couldn't grab it. And now you talked about Vlasic at quarterback. What about the men in front of them? There have been so many changes on this Charger offensive line, you have to wonder if he is in danger. This is the way they look today.
Yes, and Courtney Hall making his first start at left guard. Frank Cornish, the rookie from UCLA. Eric Floyd, he was cut twice before by the Chargers. Here's what the line looked like last year. Joel Patton, he's still on the team, but he's hurt, injured reserve. Thompson's now the starting right tackle. Richards is the only guy who stays in place here, the right guard. He's been there for 3 years now.
2nd and 10. Tough yardage up the middle. Talking more about that offensive line, we chatted with Dan Henning yesterday, and I said, Coach, it must be very difficult for you to rebuild an entire offensive line. And he says, I'm not rebuilding anything. There's no foundation here to build on.
Yeah.
First, you have to have the foundation. Then you can start to build. So despite the fact they've changed their entire offensive line before the first game, he doesn't think it's that much of a problem.
Well, he and Bobby Beathard both said it wasn't that tough a decision. The older guys we had in there, McKnight and Larry Williams this summer trying to play left guard, just weren't getting the job done.
Vlasic will try to get it done on 3rd and 7. Vlasic 8 of 11 for 68 yards. Incomplete. He wanted the rookie, Walter Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson's a rookie. If you see, he's learned that NFL technique already. When you miss a pass, you point at the defender. Say, that was pass interference. See these rookies, they watch a lot of television.
Let's take a look now at the offensive line play of the Chargers here.
That's Broderick Thompson, number 76. He's protecting up front. You can see the Cowboys, they're flying after Vlasic. These guys are very, very intense out there. They think that's their opportunity, and that is to gang up on that offensive line of the Chargers.
John Kidd in punt formation for the Chargers. His first attempt of the day, signed as a Plan B player for Buffalo. Rod Harris is deep for the Cowboys. Harris on the run. Didn't call for a fair catch, and he was hit immediately by Donald Frank. So with 8 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the first half, the Cowboys and Chargers are tied at 7. We'll return to Texas Stadium right after this.